In attendance here at the MGM Grand of Las Vegas and the millions watching around the world. Let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing yellow and white and officially weighing in at 134 pounds. His professional record is a perfect one, consisting of 27 bouts, 27 victories, including 20 knockouts and a world title, along with recognition as, pound for pound, one of the very best fighters in the world today. From Grand Rapids, Michigan, tonight the challenger, he's the reigning super featherweight world champion, Pretty Boy, Floyd Mayweather. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white with red and green, and his official weight, 134.5 pounds. His professional record, in 50 bouts, he has boasted 45 victories against 4 defeats with 1 draw. His explosive power has been displayed many times, as 41 of his victories have come by knockout. Originally from Embale, Sonora, now living and fighting out of Mexicali, Baja California, Mexico, presenting the reigning and defending WBC lightweight champion of the world, Jose Luis Castillo.
Seconds only, Chief, seconds only. Chief, seconds.
All right, gentlemen, this is the WBC lightweight title. You received your instructions in the dressing room. Again, I want to caution you. Any punches below this point are going to be deemed low. Any punches below this point are going to be deemed low. With that, are there any questions? Any questions, Chief Seconds? All right, remember, obey my commands. Protect yourselves at all times. Catch him up. Collect him up.
Vic Draculich hearing from the Mayweather corner to make sure that the punches are kept up from Castillo. Castillo will go to the body. There will be some borderline punches. That is his style. You're not going to take that away from him because that's what he does. A determined young man to prove to people here in the States that he is a true champion, and he's got his biggest test of his career tonight. Taking on a lot of power, a lot of boxing skills, the entire package. Floyd Mayweather has it. Of course, he comes from a great boxing family. His father, Floyd Sr., trains Oscar De La Hoya up in Big Bear, California. And his Uncle Roger's in his corner. Uncle Roger was a 2-time world champion. Floyd comes out, goes right to the jab, works a little bit of a left hook in there. We'll see how Castillo can handle all this speed he's going to have to deal with tonight. Mayweather's in the yellow and white trunks. Castillo's in the colors of Mexico. Good crowd on hand tonight at the MGM Grand, hoping to see a really good classic fight. We'll have to see what happens. Very pro Castillo in here tonight. A lot of people making the trek north of the border to see their champion take on a great American champion in Floyd Mayweather Jr. Like I said many times before, he is moving up in weight class, but he feels like he'll be stronger because he's dominated the super featherweight division for so long. There's nothing left for him to clean out down there. And he's hoping actually to move up even further and someday get a shot at Oscar De La Hoya. He would also like to take on Costa Tszyu, who beat his friend Jab Judah, and he didn't like that much, so he'd like to see, a lot of people would like to see Costa Tszyu and Mayweather. Tszyu's such a hard puncher. But right now, the order of the day is Jose Luis Castillo, who unleashed a hook right there that missed a little bit, but he's going to try to release some punches and do some damage and slow down Mayweather by going to the body if he can. The referee is Vic Draculich. Good right hand from Mayweather, who looked awfully determined right there to land a big shot. Round one scheduled for 12 for the WBC Lightweight Championship of the World, currently held by Jose Luis Castillo in the white trunks with the red and green trim. Final seconds of round one will be going inside Castillo's corner, and we will interpret what we hear from his trainer, the legendary Romulo Chiarte Sr. Well, you heard what Roger had to say. We can't outthink you. Keep him in front of you. Round two scheduled for 12 from Las Vegas at the MGM Grand Garden Arena. World title on the line. Floyd Mayweather Jr. in the yellow and white trunks against Jose Luis Castillo. Oh, big left hand. They're going to wave it off as a slip, but it looked like a punch to me. We'll have to look at it later. I guess he hopped out of the way and tripped over himself. But he was falling toward me, so I didn't really see how it might have landed or not landed because he was right up in front of me. But it sounded like a big punch. Looked like it. But the referee, Vic Draculich, just ruled it a slip, and they went on about their business. You can see an example. Uh-oh, no, we've got a clash of heads here, which is exactly what we didn't want to see. And a bloody nose there. I don't see any blood coming from there. That hurt, though, when your noses collide like that. Round two scheduled for 12. If there was an accidental headbutt after 4 rounds, they would go to the cards. But you just sense the strength that Mayweather has when he's in the ring. He's so powerful and quick that at any second he could land a big punch a la Roy Jones. All the great ones have it. Castillo trying to loosen up and get a little busy and try to fight his fight a little bit more, which is going to be with the heavy punches and the body punching. Mayweather holding him off as they go into a clutch right there. Jose Luis Castillo is the former Mexican featherweight champion, unbeaten in 3 defenses with this title of the WBC. Mayweather looking to pick off another belt for his career after cleaning out the super featherweight division and moving up to the lightweight division. About a half a minute to go in round two. Castillo beginning to loosen up and use a little more footwork, trying to match speed for speed, which he probably won't be able to do in this fight. Mayweather is so patient and looks for his spots. It's almost scary to see how patient he can be in the ring, because he's not intimidated at all by anybody. A little bit of a right hand over the top from Castillo. 10 seconds left, round two. And now the little infighting here is a little kidney jab from Mayweather. He finds a spot, he sees a spot, he hits it. That's the way he works. See it, hit it. We'll try to get some. Castillo's in for the fight of his life, and he already knows it. Jose Luis Castillo, the champion, in the white trunks with the red and green trim, the challenger. Floyd Mayweather in the white with the yellow trim. The yellow side is actually half and half his trunks. Now Castillo's going to come out and try to see if he can't force a little bit on him. And if you're tuning in, you're wondering, well, how can Mayweather not be the champion? He's moved up a one weight class, but he still holds the super featherweight title, but he's moving up to the lightweight division. So Castillo's held this title through 3 defenses now. The title that Castillo took away from Stevie Johnson of Denver in a big upset in California. Castillo beginning to get in the flow of it. The crowd is chanting USA. USA versus Mexico out there. But it is a very pro-Castillo crowd out here. Excellent fight fans from Mexico every time one of their champions comes up in Nevada. Nothing much of doing in this round at all, but you get the sense sometimes that Mayweather wants to see things like that. Try to see if he can't land something, but he's not going to stand there and get hit, that's for sure. He's fighting a guy who has to go to the body, who has to use his power if he has any chance in this fight. But when you're up against such quickness and foot speed as Mayweather, not to mention so much power with his balance, he's got tremendous balance. Doing a good job of stalking. He's trying to stay right in front of Mayweather. Good punch. He led with the left and came back with the right. The crowd loved it. Mayweather stepping down and through. Final seconds of the round. Castillo still trying to apply some pressure. Mayweather just steps around it. We are scheduled for 12. We're in the 4th round, scheduled for 12. For the WBC Lightweight Championship of the World. Mayweather picks up the pace a little bit here at the start of round 4. Floyd tried to unload a big right over the top there. Didn't miss by much, but he's been anxiously awaiting to be able to land that punch. Castillo tries to come in and hits nothing but air. Floyd's hard to catch sometimes. He wants to get himself positioned. When he wants to deliver, he wants to do it on his own terms. And he can throw with power from different angles. Referee warning about clash of heads. Be careful. Crowd getting a little restless.
Again, when I say stop punching, okay? Keep that
warning from Vic Draculich. And you heard what he said. Flashed uppercut, just missed from Mayweather. Now Castillo's grabbing him. He's trying to slow him down somehow. Castillo had his hand around his waist for a good 4 or 5 seconds there, because I guess it can get frustrating. Castillo would like nothing better than to turn this into a street fight. A little bit of an uppercut that just missed. The crowd responds, but Mayweather wasn't hurt. Final seconds, round 4. There you have it. A nodding approval from the corner of Castillo. We're in the 5th round. Pretty good left hand from Castillo right there. Oh, big quick right hand from Mayweather. Just walked across and delivered it. I don't think Castillo even saw it coming. Yeah, he's turned around. Mayweather from time to time will turn himself around and go left-handed. Now he's back to right-handed, but he'll do that. He'll get in that southpaw stance and then just try to smack you with the straight right hand, which he loves to throw. But now he's back on his right hand side. Little left hook inside it just almost landed on Castillo. So there's that right hand he likes to come in and lead with. Almost a clash of heads there. They avoided it. There's some body work that Castillo wanted to do. Now Floyd's just kind of pushing him back. Nice left hand in there. Nice jab. Crowd getting into it now. We're in the 5th round, scheduled for 12. Floyd Mayweather Jr., one of the greatest fighters in the world today, only seems to get better, but he's taking on a guy who feels like he doesn't get any respect, and he wants to earn it tonight. Jose Luis Castillo. Fast right hand. Castillo keeps coming now. Now they're getting into it a little bit. Castillo wants this. That's the end of the round. Mayweather comes over and taps gloves with him, said that was fun. Toward the end of that round, Floyd went over and tapped gloves with Jose Luis Castillo, saying, yeah, that was fun. I think the crowd would like it if they'd show us some more fun. Castillo might have earned a little confidence in the last seconds of that round. Scheduled for 12. We're coming up on the halfway point in the 6th round. Jose Luis Castillo has a major problem dealing with the speed from Mayweather. He's afraid if he opens himself up, he's going to get caught in something he doesn't even see is coming, which has happened to a lot of opponents of Floyd Mayweather. You have to respect the speed. Castillo continues to stalk, and Mayweather continues to use his hat work. Now they're tied up a little bit. Mayweather wondering why the guy doesn't let go of him. Castillo's just glad to find him. Nice right hand for Castillo. Now Mayweather's going to return the favor. A little low there, a little low there. Definitely picked up the pace here in round 6 about a minute to go. Nice right hand over the top from Mayweather. He has not gone back to that left-handed stance that Roger absolutely didn't want him to do over the corner. A little bit south of the border there. Now Castillo's pushed Floyd down to the mat. Let's see if that gets Floyd Mayweather upset. Castillo's going to force him into that street fight if he has to. Mayweather's a pretty cool customer, though. Vic Draculi's going to have his hands full if this keeps going this way. The uglier it gets, the better it is for Castillo, because he wants that. He wants to be throwing punches. Final seconds of round 6. He certainly got Mayweather's attention, that is for sure. A little bit of a wrestling match at one point in this round. And then Floyd sneaks one in right at the end of that round. And they are pumped up over the Castillo corner. We're in round 7, scheduled for 12. World title on the line, which belongs to Jose Luis Castillo in the lightweight division. Castillo's corner wanted him to keep his poise and his confidence high. Got a little bit frustrated in that round and went after Mayweather and had a takedown, to use a wrestling term. Good body punch for Castillo to the right side, the left side rib cage of Mayweather. Now Mayweather goes in and attacks and steps back out. Castillo likes that. Gives him more opportunities to throw punches. Mayweather hitting off his footwork, off his jab coming off his footwork is hard to catch him. Castillo threw a pretty hard punch inside that got the crowd excited. Halfway through round 7, scheduled 12. Now they spin around and do a little dance on the ropes. Vic Dracula steps in and stops that. Mayweather looking to go downstairs a little bit. Watch the elbows. Watch the elbows. Short chopping right hand over the top. Mayweather lures him into it and then pops him upside the head. Castillo trying to keep his poise. Nice jab from Mayweather. once more. One more warning about the elbows. Mayweather may be in trouble getting a point taken away if he has to warn him again. Pretty nice little jab from Castillo. Mayweather hits and moves. Throwing that jab out there, then moving out of harm's way. Now he sets himself down in sort of a haunch and gets ready to throw punches and steps out when Castillo takes the bait. A little bit of a short left hand inside. Castillo throwing punches down the bottom. Good right hand for Castillo. Mayweather standing there looking at him, saying, what's going on here? Final seconds. Mayweather just smiles at Castillo. He does whatever he wants to do, and sometimes it doesn't look exactly orthodox or what you think he should do, but Mayweather's got his own style because he's so talented and so quick. He can make up for a lot of mistakes he might make. And watch him throw that lunging jab as he goes in. It's a very effective punch for him. Now, you get the sense Castillo wants to get busy. Let's see if he can. Castillo has 50 professional fights, 41 knockouts. Mayweather is 27-0 with 20 knockouts. So it's a high percentage knockout for both of these fighters. Because Castillo spent most of his work down in Mexico, learning his trade. He was the former Mexican featherweight champion. He likes to keep a fast pace. He keeps trying to keep the pressure on. It's hard to hit something that moves away so quickly. Round 8. Nice flicking jab from Mayweather. And we heard Castillo's corner wanted him to go downstairs, but I haven't seen him try to throw any body punches yet. I think he'd like to land any punch. Certainly haven't followed up the final seconds of the last round into this round. But they might have a flurry toward the end. That's what's been the tendency in this fight. Castillo leaning in, trying to work the body. Mayweather jumps out, throws that right hand out there. That's what the one that Castillo saw and tripped over his own feet when it was coming at one time. Kind of a desperation punch you just saw from Castillo that missed by about 2 or 3 feet. Now Mayweather starts to pepper him a little bit with some short jabs. Final seconds, round 8. Now Mayweather holds his arms down, holds Castillo's arms down.
One point. I say break, you don't throw the last point. Let's go.
Well, there you go. Vic Dracula just took a point away from Jose Luis Castillo for hitting on the break. Vic Dracula had warned about elbows. He just warned Floyd again about the elbows. Now we got the timeout. Too much Vaseline on the face. So Dracula brings him back out, and here we go. Round number 9 scheduled for 12. Now Castillo throws some punches, and Mayweather's holding his arm down. Castillo just wants to go. Good hard left hand from Mayweather. Another one. Now it's kind of turned into a little bit of a street fight, a little wrestling match. Dracula has got his hands full, as we said earlier. Now they touch gloves. Maybe they'll make nice for a little while. But you never know. Every time Castillo tries to get a little more busy, Mayweather responds, being the champion that he is, by getting even more busy. And just when Castillo thinks he can get in there and throw some punches, he keeps getting tied up and facing that little jab. Castillo's trying to get across there and throw the big punches. Roger Mayweather didn't have much to say to his fighter between those rounds. Roger knows what he's talking about, two-time world champion. He just said, "You're doing fine." Castillo hasn't got much done in this round, that's for sure. And Mayweather's content to not do anything. Crowd is now jeering. Mostly the Castillo camp not happy with not seeing their guy be able to get in there and land some effective punches. Hard rib punch from Mayweather. He's done that a couple of times on this night. And you'd expect to see that from Castillo trying to hit Mayweather. But Mayweather's very elusive target, to say the least. That's not where he wants to be. Now back out the center of the ring. Castillo's got 20 seconds to make something happen in round 9. An uppercut that missed. It would have been pretty effective. Now they punched after the bell. Big Draculix may make a decision to take a point away from Mayweather. Like I said, this trainer, Ramon Chianti Sr., is a legend down in Mexico. He trains his fighters out of Tijuana. One of the best there is. He's brought this guy along from obscurity to a world championship. Mayweather, that chopping overhand right. Oh, there's a good combination from Mayweather. There's the left. He follows up the left with the right. It's very effective. Castillo felt those punches. We're in the 10th round, scheduled for 12, the WBC Lightweight Championship of the World, held by the man in the white trunks with the green and red trim, Jose Luis Castillo. The man who's trying to take it away from him is in the yellow and white trunks, Floyd Mayweather Jr. Now he turns over and winks at the camera. Floyd just winked at the broadcast over here to let him know that he's fine. He'll do that from time to time. Castillo not able to find anything but air. Floyd's content to stand there and counter him. There's a good left-hand jab right to the nose of Castillo. He might be getting a little more frustrated. His corner was trying not to have him frustrated. He's in the 10th round. Good right hand from Mayweather. Mayweather might want to take care of business. We'll see. Now the punching in the back. Castillo showing a little frustration there. I haven't seen that in a while. He was punching all around his body, just trying to find something to hit. When you've been out there for 10 rounds and you can't find anything to hit, you'll take what you can get.
I'm going to tell you last time for pushing off. Last time.
Last warning for pushing off from Dracula. She's been telling Mayweather all night about that. So Castillo trying to unload over there while he's got Floyd on the ropes. Now Floyd's going to hold him. And as they break, he sneaks in a little punch. Draculich.
Neutral corner. Neutral corner. One corner. One corner. One corner. Watch that elbow. Let's go.
Draculich, I told you he'd have a busy night. Just took a point away from Mayweather, so they're even in that department. There'll be no more complaints about that. But Draculich has been talking to Mayweather about his elbow the entire night. So he finally just said, that's it. 11th round. Roger Mayweather, oh, there with the balance. Floyd jumped right on him. Castillo looked like he was in a daze for a second. There's some punches downstairs. Draculich keeping an eye on things. Roger Mayweather told his nephew to sit down, punch, and move on. That's pretty simple what that means. That's below the belt. Wanted to keep him up a little bit. That was just below the Grant sign on Mayweather's belt. There's that right hand Mayweather likes to throw over the top when he gets a chance to do it. But you would have to say that neither fighter's really been hurt tonight to any extent. Castillo's trying to throw down there on the belt line. Downstairs, once again, Castillo awfully close to throwing low blows, and Floyd standing there and taking it right now. He's already had 1 point taken away for an elbow. Draculich didn't want Mayweather leaning on him so much. Halfway through round 11. 12-round championship fight from the MGM Grand. Crowd is chanting, Castillo, Castillo. And somebody will counter with USA in a minute. So nice little right hand from Mayweather inside. Kind of where Castillo wants him. Look at the speed from Mayweather. Mayweather, for some reason, this round has decided to stand right in front of Castillo. That's not what his uncle told him to do, but Floyd is so talented he can pretty much do whatever he wants to do. Castillo's a determined fighter, but he doesn't have the speed to match up. Castillo's worked hard to get that championship, get those big paydays, but you don't have the God-given speed and the balance and the ability that Mayweather does. What are you going to do about it? Not much. Now they're throwing a little bit. Castillo's really been throwing downstairs in this round. Throwing a lot of body punches. Trying the uppercuts. Under 20 seconds left. Round 11. Still trying to grind out something, trying to land a big punch. Still throwing down there. He's finally figured out he might have to throw around the stomach. We're going to go to a final round here from the MGM Grand, and I got a feeling that it could be a little bit wild. We'll have to see. Romulo was telling Jose Luis Castillo to do it for his sister. Mercedes Castillo died at age 15 last December of leukemia, 3 days before Christmas. And Romulo wants his fighter to dig down and do it for his sister. Little Mercedes was only 15 years old. I'm sure if Big Brother could do it, he'll do it right now. It's awfully tough. It's in against one of the best fighters in the world talent-wise, and people can see that from watching the way he can move and jab. That was a good left hand from Floyd. We're in the 12th and final round for the lightweight championship of the world. Castillo's corner's done a good job tonight of trying to keep him from getting discouraged because he hasn't been able to go out there and do what he really wanted to do. that's the price you pay when you're fighting a fighter of Mayweather's caliber. There's not a thing he doesn't have as a prize fighter. There's a little low punch down on the hip for Castillo. Very quick left hand from Mayweather as he throws and steps back. Halfway through the final round now. Castillo still trying to find the mark. Good right hand from Castillo. Best one he's thrown. Mayweather unfazed by it. Mayweather counters and punches the way out of it. One minute left in the final round coming up on. Be interested to see what the judges were looking for in this fight. I try not to speculate. The last couple rounds, Castillo was able to throw some of those body punches. Final round. They're in the center of the ring. Final 30 seconds. Castillo knows he's got to go. He's trying just to let it go now. He's just trying to let his hands go. Mayweather complaining in the past about his hands. He's had some bad hands. Pretty solid punch for Castillo right there. Under 10 seconds left. Both fighters look a little spent at this point. 5 seconds left. Castillo is still trying to land a punch. And that's that. They're still fighting after the bell. Both fighters up on the ropes or up in the air with their hands in the air. He looks like he just took a stroll. He's so calm. Floyd really knows this business, and he knows he's good, and he delivers every time out. Waiting for the announcement from Michael Buffer.
Las Vegas, we go to the Budweiser scorecards. John Kane and Jerry Roth both have it 115 to 111. Enek Hong Tong Kam scores it 116 to 111 for the winner by unanimous decision and new lightweight champion of the world, the undefeated pretty boy, Floyd Mayweather.
You went out in the last 2 rounds with instructions from your trainer, your Uncle Roger, which he said you had to stand and fight him. Were you under the impression that the fight was very close at that time and that you had to pull it out?
Well, first of all, before I even, answer that question, I want to say, Grant Boxing, he got the best gloves in the business, the best outfits in the business.
We don't do commercials.
Well, I'm gonna give him some props. Of course, I know you don't, but this is my time to shine, and so let me have my, my piece and speak my piece. I want to thank God for this victory. I mean, it was tough, The last, my last training day, I hurt my rotator cuff in my left shoulder, so I wasn't able to use my jab like I wanted to. My left wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be, but I ain't want to have no excuses like like other champions when they get hurt, they don't even show up to the fight. I get hurt, I keep fighting. I want to bring the fans, big
All right,
fights.
now, but answer the question. Were you under the impression, given the instructions from your corner, that you really had to stand and fight him in the last 2 rounds, that it was very, very close?
Actually, my uncle said I was wearing him down, so he told me to, he told me that in all my big fights, if you wear a guy down like around the 10th and 11th, 12th, stand there, and break him down. So I wasn't even worried at all. I was out boxing him easy.
was he much tougher than you anticipated? You, after all, said this was an easy fight en route to bigger fights.
You gotta realize, I beat this guy with a messed up arm. My arm is messed up. But I don't have no excuse. I don't ever back down to turn out fights.
So it was a harder fight than you anticipated with what you came into the ring with.
With one arm, yes. With one arm, yes. If you want a rematch, we can do it again.
So are you suggesting that you think, given the fact that a lot of people here believe that he won the fight, that you think you should give him a rematch? This
is boxing. You have ups, you have downs. He was a good fighter. It was a good fight for both of us. It was a good learning experience for me, and I'm looking forward to moving on. All
right, you moved up in weight and you fought a very strong lightweight. Did you find out that it was a little different than you had anticipated?
No, not at all. I fought the best lightweight because that's what I want. I want an exciting fight. So I moved up to fight the best lightweight they got out there. And, you know, like I said before, I mean, I took my time and went out there and did what I had to do.